Hey! All right, so we had a little technical difficulty there, but it ain't gonna stop us. We have so much goodness coming up, and I know something that you will really love. We have another DJ break with DJ Simone, and Dr. Shayna Lewis is getting ready to do a door prize. So you saw the two door prizes from Nadia and Nefertiti, and we want to give those away right now. So she's going to tell you exactly how you can get those door prizes. And is Dr. Shayna here? You have the Sugar Dew Shimmer Lip Gloss. You have the Sugar Dew Glitter Lip Gloss Topper. And you have the Stone Cold Beauty's Whipped Shea Butter Moisturizer, which I could use on these elbows right now. And you got to be the first one, the first three texts. That's what we're going to take. The first three texts. So here's the phone number. You got to text STEP to 224 435 5433. You got it? You got to text STEP to 224 435 5433 to win. Okay, so then after that, make sure that you see if you are the lucky winner so that you can pick yourself up a prize. And why don't we get back into DJ Simone? You want to do that? Let's do it. Where's DJ Simone? I got to get in my requests. Matter of fact, I'm going to the chat.
Family, this is what happened. This is what we just found out that happened. Because we were playing live music, YouTube got a little bit upset at us. They didn't like that. So those are called technical difficulties. So we can't have our DJ breaks anymore, but we will still get right into the rest of the conference, minus the DJ breaks. I hope y'all enjoyed the breaks we had earlier because that was all we were going to get. So give me 1 second. We're going to go ahead and email and text out the new link so everybody can have the new link before we get into the door prizes. So give us just 1 second and we'll pop right back in with the door prizes. But I want to make sure everybody is watching the feed. So technical difficulties, but give us 1 second and we'll get everybody back on the feed. So give us just a minute.
Hey, we are back. Sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all. You know, it happens sometimes in this virtual world, but we are pushing through it like we pushing through the coronavirus. Okay. Welcome back to Her Voice. Ladies, leading ladies, this is the Step Into Your Future virtual conference for girls. And the theme this year is Girl Boss Up. And that's what we are doing this year. So, it is time for our panel discussion, and the fabulous moderator is Landy Spearman, and she closes the gap between success and uncertainty. She's a trusted advisor who unlocks the capacity to adapt and embrace change rather than resist it. Her expertise lies in helping leaders take on challenges by balancing data and humanness to accelerate through the pivots of life and in the workplace. Landy founded Organized Shift by using Lean Six Sigma principles as a foundation for optimizing the experience of rapid fire change. The human innovation led solutions approach was designed to improve well-being and interpersonal connection in technology-dependent virtual world, which is where we are right now. Her team has developed over 1,000 leaders across 32 plus organizations, improving leadership effectiveness, upskilling and collaboration, and preparing to work in the future. And she is on it, and she is our amazing moderator for today. So get ready for this panel discussion with a few incredible women. Welcome, Landy. Hey, Landy. I know this woman, and that's not Landy.
I'm not Landy.
Hey, Kim.
Okay, hold on. I got two things going on. Hold on.
While they are getting ready, I do want to remind you that we are going to announce the winners of the door prize right after the panel discussion today. So don't fret. We will tell you who is the lucky winner to win Nadia and Nefertiti's door prizes. I'm super excited about this discussion today so that you all are able to get the skills that you need to boss up, because these ladies on this panel are some serious bosses. And I'm going to shout out some people who are joining us. Shouts out to Akila. See, I got it right this time, didn't I? I was practicing on the break how to pronounce people's names correctly. Jana, Georgia. Who else we have here? Did I say Kerrigan? Hey, Kerrigan. JLG01. Hey. Nalia. Hey there, y'all. And I believe that we are connected. I feel like we need a drum roll. Hey, Kaylee. Hey, Bridget. Hey. I think we're still trying to get Landy on here. Hey. Hey, Rochelle. Aw, I miss y'all too. Well, I hope that you all have been learning some useful tips today. Both Nadia and Nefertiti really blessed me. I mean, I need to get my business together. It seems like these young ladies have it going. Hey, Jeanette. Hey. And what a blessing it is to be able to start your businesses early My daughter has her own business as well. She's an author. She has her own YouTube channel where she teaches kids how to speak Chinese. And I really want my daughter to still be able to be a kid, but to also be able to make some money, because the fact is you can make money right now, even being a teenager. So, and doing things that you love to do, which is really important. So I think that you guys have some great role models here that you are able to gain some information from. And I think we might have Landy getting ready. Doom, 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 doom. This is super cool that you can do a whole conference on video. Hey, Jana. Hey, Jazzy. Hey, Mo. I'm glad you guys were able to get back. There's so much goodness still coming up. Okay. Well, while they're still trying to get themselves set up here, as y'all can see.
JJ, you got me, honey. I'm not Landy Spearman, but I am Dr. Shayna. Listen, we're not going to let all of the technical difficulties stop the show. Thank you so much for keeping our spirits lifted and keeping us going. Landy will be in just a second. It's this camera thing, y'all. These systems are so sensitive to everything, aren't they? So sensitive. While we wait for her to pop on, JJ, I wanted to talk to you just for a minute, because earlier you were talking about the presentation we just had, and it was awesome, wasn't it? I was so impressed. So impressed. What did you learn the most? Because I was checking that board that she was doing. I was like, okay, I need one of those. I need one of those. What was your favorite?
I mean, I think just knowing the power of words is so important. And I love that she focused on the fact that you're speaking in the present. So it's not I am going to be, it is I am, like this is what I am right now. Even if you don't believe it, even if you don't see it, just knowing that you speak life into yourself as if it is currently happening. So I am an amazing, leader. I am successful. Like this is what I am right now. I'm a best-selling author. Even if I haven't wrote one book,
exactly. I still am.
Yes.
I still am. I love that. And when she said, I am a millionaire, I'm like, yes, honey, speak that all into the universe, because you are amazing and you are a boss. So yeah, I thought that was amazing. My hat off to Nefertiti, hat off to Nadia, the two girl bosses who have led us in a spectacular way this afternoon. So I think we're just about ready for Miss Landy to pop in. So I'm going to pop off so we can get her back in here. But great start to the day. All right.
Yay. Okay, I'm ready for Miss Landy. I'm going to take some notes. I got my paper. I got my pen. Do you have something to take notes with? Are you ready to take notes? Okay. Well, without further ado, if she is ready, maybe she's not. I think she keeps disappearing. She pops in, she pops out. But there are some other amazing people. I'm just going to give you a little sneak on some of the people who are going to be on the panel, though, because Kim Roxy is going to be on the panel. She's a girl boss. I know her. She used to sit on the board for my Me Foundation, and she is so smart. I think we went to the same school. I think she went to Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta. I do. And then Nia Khalees is going to be on the panel. And wait a minute. Are we giving away? Hold on. I'm sorry. I just saw this. later on, we're going to be giving away some sienna sauce. I'm done. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even understand about how good this sauce is. I think I got about this much left. Hey! Look who is here on the screen.
Hey there.
You made it.
Girl, you know, I stay ready. I have been here. It is storming over here, and I think that's what caused the connection.
Yeah.
But I heard you talk about your sienna sauce, and I have just a little bit more than you. And
It's
thank you,
something.
Dr. Lewis, for getting in. Y'all are doing this. Let's do it.
Well, take it away. Here is Lindy Spearman.
Thanks for holding it down. I appreciate you. Hello, hello. I am Landy Spearman. And once again, we are here live, pouring life into our girls, pouring life into us because we need this too. So, forgive any technical difficulties. Give us grace. The same thing that we're dealing with in terms of this COVID-19, this chaos. Please know that part of the conversation that we're having today is about giving ourselves grace. So I'm going to jump right on in and start to introduce our panelists. The first panelist, oh my gosh, Miss Nia Khalees. Nia is a brand new girl boss who just launched her career this year in March at age 11. She did this for her birthday and became the founder of the University of Motivation and Inspiration. Motivación y Inspiración también. She is also an author and a YouTuber, and her mission is to motivate, encourage, and uplift girls all over the world. I got my globe over here, all over the world. Let's go, Nia Khalees. One of the books that she has written, her first project, Pillow Talk, a Christian journal for mothers and daughters. Remember, this is about making sure that we are united. We want to make sure that our skills are united within each other. And Nia Khalees is doing that in her book. In addition to growing her own business, she is a talented tween as she enjoys singing, dancing, and writing. And her faith in God is what keeps her grounded and helps her to be her best. Welcome, welcome, Miss Nia. I'm going to move into our next panelist. It is Tyler Simone. You heard us talking about that sauce boss herself. Tyler Simone is 16 years old. And as a 16-year-old CEO, I tell you, this woman has accomplished so much. So proud. She is out of Houston, Texas. I know, originally from New York. And she is the young foodie relocated from Bedford, Brooklyn to Sienna Plantation. The area is which is where she got her name of Sienna sauce. She experimented and stirred some flavors up after she missed her back home flavor at one of the wing places that closed. She's always had a creative spirit and decided that selling sauce would be a great idea. And in spring of 2017, she launched Sienna sauce from her home kitchen. You definitely want to try the sauce. And you also want to know that she's been interviewed with on Now This with over 1.4 million views, the Houston Black Pages, Good Morning America, ABC. I told y'all this girl is a girl boss. She has received recently the Pinnacle Award with the Houston Black Chamber and was the first ever recipient of the award for youth entrepreneurship, who has received the proclamation from Fort Bend County Judge for her achievements. Welcome, welcome, Miss Tyler Simone, who, when she is not studying, she's filling orders, promoting her brand, and enjoys spending time with her mother, Monique, her family and friends, and her dog, who I've met, Chloe. All right, our other boss, you're ready for Miss Kim Roxy. You all might notice my lip color that I'm wearing today. Kim Roxy is the founder of Lamique Beauty Products and the #1 Eco Chick makeup line. And she is seeking to build women's self esteem and help them to review their natural beauty. Formulated without any parabens, Kim has created environmentally conscious products with a message for multicultural women. Her beauty products stand for love and makeup and kindness because she believes true makeup is about what you're made of. At 21, she founded Lamique Beauty out of her college apartment. And with her savings and small investment from her mother, she opened her first store in Sharpstown Mall. Her list of accomplishments is very long as well, and it started with the humble beginnings in 2004, where she has been highlighted as one of 8 Black-owned businesses by the BET company. She also has been quoted in Ebony magazine as one of the 5 Black cosmetic entrepreneurs you should know. Welcome, welcome, Miss Kim Roxy, who has also been a part of Macy's Retail Development Program, been honored by Mayor Anise Parker, is a scholar of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Initiative, and with the passing of her mother to breast cancer, Kim became increasingly active in breast cancer awareness. She is the founding chair of the Roses African American Women's Initiative, and she has used her influence to raise $160,000 for breast cancer awareness. The beauty industry is calling for Kim, and she continues to make every opportunity to connect with women, help them be recognized for their beauty and potential, and to impact the community. Kim is happily married and lives with her husband, daughter, and bonus son right here in Houston, Texas. Welcome, welcome, panelists. Okay, so I'm going to get started. And remember, we're working. So I'm making sure that you all can hear me, and let me know in the chat that you can. So my first question for our panelists is, let us know what is in your playlist. What are you jamming to these days? How are you keeping yourself going? Monique, thank you for letting me know you can hear us. Let us know what is in your playlist right now.
Yeah, for me,
And I am going to do a quick check. I know you all can hear me, but I can't hear my panelists. So I'm just making sure we're good.
I don't know listening to nothing right now. They can hear you still. Hi, can you hear us?
Nia and Kim. Okay, so Tyler is here.
Can you
Tyler,
hear us?
what is in your playlist?
Can you hear us? I don't think she can
I don't
hear
think
us.
she can hear us. Yes, can anyone hear us? Go to the public and see if the public chat can hear us. Oh, they can hear.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
And then a question that I just threw out to my Facebook group while we were waiting. I can hear Tyler. Perfect. Hey, Kim. If you all, and again, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. I'm going to try to log on to another system here just to make sure that we're staying connected. My next question is, I want you all to be thinking about your headline 5 years from now. So we're in 2020. I know it's hard to think about that because we have so much going on. We're staying safe. We're indoors. Everything we know to be normal as of February 2020 has changed and will not go back to that. So I want you to think about February 2025. What would your headline be? If you were to describe your headline, what would that headline say about you? So part of the conversation is thinking into the future now, right? How do you get yourself to be able to move forward? Think into the future now. So what exactly would your headline say? Tyler, can you answer that question for us?
Yes. For me, 5 years. So 5 years, I'll be 21 actually. So hope. I want my headline to say that, you know, honestly, I would want it to say something as like,
Let's
like
see.
I'm doing everything. And in a state
Alrighty.
like anything is
And
possible.
then all I can see is a graphic. Okay. I'm hoping you all can still hear me. I am, as you can see, we're making it happen. We're moving.
Hi, can you see me? Can you hear me, Landy?
Yes.
Okay, good. Can you hear everybody else?
No, just you. Is that Nia?
Yes.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. So I have a really big question. First of all, tell us what's in your playlist right now. What is at the top of your playlist?
It would probably be Tori Kelly because she's one of my favorite singers.
Yes. And when you listen to that music, what does that do for the time of having to stay at home and stay safe? What does that do for you?
You kind of broke up. I didn't really understand what you had said. Are you able to say that again?
Sure, I can. My question was when you listen to your favorite artist, what does that do for you? How does that change your mood with everything that we have going on right now? What does listening to that song in your playlist? How does that make
It number one calms me down. It distracts me. I don't really think about it when I listen to music, and it doesn't always have to be Tori Kelly. It could be the Walls Group. It could be Beyonce. It could be anyone. And I am a lover of music, so
okay?
any music will just like I will zone out, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, I got to feel that.
I
She get it from my mama.
I hear you. I hear you. So with that, I want you to think about a time when you've had to zone out. So oftentimes when as a leader, as an author, as someone who's doing all of the things that you're doing as a girl boss, sometimes realize that we're stressed. So we need to take the time to listen to our favorite music. So can you tell me what what reminds you that, oh, wait a minute, I need to pull time with myself? What reminds you?
Probably when I'm in school and we have a lot of schoolwork. So sometimes if I want to keep myself from getting overwhelmed about all the schoolwork, I would listen to music, and that's what helps me because I would just zone out like you were saying, and I would just forget about everything. And then when I come back, I'm in a good mood and I'm in a productive mood and I'm ready to like get that work done.
I got it. Get work done. So tell me, when you think of getting that work done, do you have a
Do I have a she who?
she not a hero,
A
but a
Oh,
shiro.
Shiro. Okay. I'll probably say it would be my mom because
I
she
kind of figured
she
that
gets a
your
lot of
mom.
work
So tell us
done.
about
Yes.
5 traits that for in a shiro.
They are outgoing. They're outgoing. They're respectful.
Can you
They are
still hear?
brave. I can still
Mm-hmm.
hear you. They are brave. They're not afraid of it and anything. And they're loving, just like my mama.
Oh. And what about you, Tyler? What are your what is in your playlist, and who are your sheroes?
Right now, I'm currently listening to this artist called Jesse, as well as some Drake and just a lot of like old songs in my playlist. There's not a lot of new
Mm-hmm.
music that I'm listening to right now. It's just like me listening to old things and stuff like that.
Okay, you're old soul, huh? I got it. So, what about you? Same question she asked me as far as who your sheroes are and what that looks like for you. Who do you count on?
Well, my mom, she's one of my sheroes. Of course, I actually have like a couple of sheroes, but what I look for in a shero is that basically I would say that they need to be what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like they have good energy.
That's the number one, like, first thing. I love to see drive and motivation, which I've always seen in my mom. I love to see in them, like, that strong woman, like, feeling that you can see, like, that they can do anything, they can get through anything, nothing that can stop them. So those are pretty much like the things that I look. And of course, I want to be around people who I can learn from. So that's
Mm-hmm.
another big thing for me when I'm with my sheroes.
Got you. Awesome. Oh, hey, Landy, she's back.
Wow. Okay, I'm back. I heard the story about your Shiro. Hey, Shiro.
Can you hear me?
So I
Mm-hmm.
have a question for you. So there is something called a board of directors. Can you all tell me, have we heard of a board of directors? So have
Mm-hmm.
you a personal board of directors? If so, do you have one? And who are those people? Not their names, but their titles. Who does your board of directors look like? What does that look like for you?
You talk about your board of directors for your organization. You don't have to say who they are, but you can. That's great. That's a great question.
So they all will. The board of directors that I have, they all bring something different to the table. I feel like that's the best thing. And you don't want a board of directors that are like a bunch of yes men, basically, or yes women. You want to have people on your team that challenge you and make you grow and make you better. So that's like one of the best things that you can do when you're looking for board of directors. Find people with good energy and that believe in what you're doing, but at the same time, they challenge you and they can make you better and make your business better, all in all.
Very nice, very nice. Now, Mom, you gave her some coaching about the on you know who your board of directors is. Go a step further and talk about accountability, and then Dr. Sheen, I'm coming over to you.
Right. So for our board of directors, I think the most important thing is finding people in different areas of your business that you can rely on to give you advice and coach you to make the right decisions so that your business can flourish and grow. One of the things that's also important is that you want to have being a board of directors kind of like interviewing for a job before you get the job. So you want to have people on your team that you can communicate well with, who you can trust that things will get done when you're not around, which means their integrity is being held accountable as well. And then you also want to have people that believes in your vision and your dream just as much as you. Not that they're not working on their own thing, but even whatever they're working on, how possibly it could be incorporated into your brand that you have, and just continue to grow from there. And I think one thing about board of directors and advisors, when you're choosing those type of people to be on your team, it's all about building that foundation and relationship first. Because you meet so many people in business and you meet so many people that come to you wanting to give you their service. But I like the people who do not want to give me their service, and we build a relationship, and then I seek them out for their professionalism based on the relationship that we've already built. So I think that's very important in any organization, in any business, when it comes to building your advisors and your team.
I think as well that in like a board of directors advisors situation, it should be like a give and take. So you should be able to bring something to the table for them as much as they will be helping you. So that's how you should approach.
So I heard that you said it should like I want to now take it a step further and let's talk about a mentor. So we talked about accountability partner, board of directors. I heard communication is important, someone who believes in you, and even if it's not their dream, they can support you in yours. I would like to hear a little bit about mentors. Why is a mentor important, even as a leader who's leading other people or someone that people look up to? Can you talk to us about that, Dr. Lewis?
Absolutely. I am huge about mentorship. Mentorship is very important because we only know what we know and we don't know what we don't know. And when we have mentors, I always suggest that people pick folks to be your mentor who have gone to the place that you're wanting to show up at. Because here's the reality, you can't lead me a place you've never been. So you do a greater service when you have mentors that have already blazed the trail. They know all of the side roads, the back roads, and it makes your journey easier because you have the benefit of their experience and their knowledge. So mentorship, even as a young girl, is critical because as women, we can be in that role as mentors to young girls so they don't have to make the mistakes we made. They don't have to have bumped their heads the way that we did. So I encourage young girls to always look for mentors in their world that can, on the business side, on the personal side, on the spiritual side. I mean, there's so many dimensions to us as girls and women. We need more than one, actually. I don't think it's just a one and done. I think there are several women I believe it's 5, actually. That's my number. But I think that for each dimension of yourself, there is a mentor who's been there, done that, and can help move you through. So that's just my number. I'm extra, and anybody knows me, I'm extra. So you might get with 3. That might be plenty, but I like 5.
Look, here, that's that personal board of directors, right? You're pulling people in who can enrich and grow with you. Awesome. We got somebody else. Is that him? I can hear. You all hear it?
Hey, can you hear
me? Hear you. It's just going in and out a little bit.
Hey. So I'm going to keep it rolling since we got Kim Roxy on the line. I want to now switch. And we talked about board of directors, mentorship, some of the things that we look for in other people. Now I want you to reflect on yourself. Think about the fact that we often see in others, we see traits or things that we are attracted to in others. Can you give us 2 or 3 traits that are in you, your strengths that you know you got and can't nobody take away? What are some of those 2 or 3 strengths that you have?
Is that for
Who wants to take that?
Oh, for anybody? You want to go first? So I think for me, the strengths that I see in me is that I am very confident, and I am a risk taker. So I like to interact with people who are not black and white because I feel that, some people who don't really know about entrepreneurship is very judgmental and don't realize the risks that, entrepreneurs take in that whole industry. So for me, I think it would definitely be confident, and I'm a risk taker. So I look for those characteristics when I'm interacting with people that don't be judgmental about it.
So confident, risk taking, and not judgmental. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Silas and you.
For me, I would say that my my strengths are, one of them I've been told that's my strength. I would say it's just like the way that the way I say things. And I feel like speech is like one of the very powerful things. If you're talking really quiet, nobody's gonna want to hear what you have to say. And if you're being too pushy, too loud, people just automatically shut you out. So it's about a certain tone and approach to the way you speak, the way you talk, your delivery. Another one is I'm a great problem solver. If I put my mind to something, I can figure it out. And I don't really do it the way everybody else would do it. I've always done math differently than most kids in my class, just the way I was taught and the way I taught myself. And then the last thing is I'm very creative and I'm a critical thinker. So I look for those in other people, thinking critically and just being creative at the same time. Not everything is so serious, that you can put some fun into it and you can change the way people see certain things in the world.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know what? I know all of that to be true about you because I've seen you play and I've seen how you strategize through. Still fun with it. I believe that to be true. Miss Nia, you there?
Go ahead.
I'm here. Yes. I would
Can
say
you
two
hear
of
me,
my
Nia?
traits. I can hear you. I would say two of my traits would probably be being passionate. Like I was saying, I was passionate for
Okay,
helping
tell us.
people. Like I was being, I'm passionate for helping people. I've been passionate since I was a little girl, just from handing a pencil to someone to creating a book and getting my message out. So, she was saying, once you put your mind to something, I feel like I'm able to do it and I can figure it out. And the second thing would probably be, I would be, let's see, I would probably say confident because my whole thing is about being confident in yourself, loving yourself, having good self-esteem. So first, before you take care of someone else, you have to take care of yourself. So I make sure I'm confident first so I can teach someone else how to be confident.
Love that. Love that. Great
Oh, that's
advice.
so
Thank
good.
you.
Very well said. So I have a question for you, Dr. Lewis. And we have one more
Mhm.
question after this, and I know we're a little bit crazy on our schedule. I want to we ask you this. So we know uh, girls specifically form their identities at about 6 to 8 years old, and they make a
Mhm.
decision about who they're. And oftentimes, as girls, we either hear one that we're smart or two that we're pretty. Right? That's kind of I'm
Mhm.
generalizing. So I want to look about identity and understanding who you are, say that you are. Can you speak to that? And then Kim, I see you're on the line. That's the for you, knowing who you are and knowing that it's not what they say you are.
Oh, absolutely. I think as girls and women, we are always up against the ideas of what other people think we should be, or how we're supposed to look, or how she's supposed to do, and her hair's supposed to be like this, her body's supposed to look like that. And media has given us all kinds of false examples of these things, right? What we have to understand is, oh, that's a Photoshop, honey. That ain't real. Half of that is not real. And so what we find is little girls trying to look like what they see, as opposed to being who they were already blessed to be, if that makes sense. So I am a huge proponent of young girls being able to speak positivity into themselves. I think as women, we must speak positive into our girls. We must tell them they are beautiful. We must let them know you are smart. You can do anything you want to do, go anywhere you want to go, and be anybody you choose to be. And it doesn't have to be just what they say a girl can be. I mean, girls can be firefighters, girls can be police officers, girls can be engineers. We can do anything we choose to do. And I am of the school of thought that if you tell her and you show her that she can be that, then she'll go do it. If you don't give her those options, she doesn't know what the real thing. So, as women, I think we have a responsibility to pour into our young girls in that way and show them all the possibilities and let them know that whoever they are amazing, just like they are. She's a boss. She came here boss. You know, when babies show up and they start crying, everybody start running around. She came here boss. She was telling folks what to do before she could even talk or think. Yes, when she got here. So just continue to use that energy
Well,
in a positive way. And as the
come on,
women in
y'all.
their
Come
life,
side.
I think our job is to pour that into them and model it, because we can tell them, but we can show them better than we can tell
That's right.
Amen to that.
Yeah, exactly. Can y'all hear me?
them. Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
ma'am.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Kim.
So, Landy, you landed on how you see yourself, and what society sees. So I'm so excited that I actually came in on this part of the panel because I think that Tyler and Nia, like, you guys embody what we want girls to do and what we want them to think is cool, right? When I was 16, I was kicked out of high school. when I was 16, I overdosed on drugs in high school and was at the hospital and could have died. And so for me, you know, what I saw was cool and stuff like that was different. And so how I was trying to fit in and all that kind of stuff. But you know, what I love is that you're also not what mistake that you've made. You're also just not that as well. And so I want to just speak to the girl who has made a mistake, right? The girl who maybe has done things that she's not that much, you know, proud of, right? But that you do not have to then become what the label people put on you. So the label that was put on me was at risk, right? I was this at risk girl at this point, been to alternative school and that all that kind of stuff. And so for me, what happened is I started to use that as motivation. So in the business world, you'll learn that they say that women don't take risks. But since I was labeled at risk as a teenager, I took that on to actually be risky. And I do speak about that. Yes, yes, that's when you take that label and you flip it.
Yeah.
And so then I started taking a lot of risks. And because of those risks, it's landed me in the position that I'm in now. And I continue to take risks. So I don't look at my age. I'm in my 30s, and I don't look at my age and go, I'm too old to do that. I'm too old. I'm still taking risks. I'm still, if it's something I want to go after, I'm going to go after it, right? And so I do not, can y'all hear me? The feedback?
Little feedback.
There's an echo though.
Okay. So I don't look at that and then say, you know, I'm not going to do something. So I just would encourage everybody who's on that you do not have to take the label that people put on you, but you can take it and make it into what you want it to be able to work through your life and you to accomplish your goal.
Amen. And just to piggyback off of that,
Kim.
yeah, I think she
and I like that up your brain. Yeah.
I was just saying she hit a very
Monique,
prominent.
you want to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that a little bit because it's a lot of young teens at risk as they're labeled, and it's great that they have a platform like this, that they can see where just because you're labeled, that doesn't define who you are. And people always put in the label. We have labels on our sauce. Define what's really in the bottle. Does that really speak to what's in the bottle? So like people label us, but who are you? What is your characteristic? Show them, show up, show differently. So I mean that's perfect, Kim. I love that, and that's why I said I'm all about people who love to take risks and step outside of what the norm is. Because guess what? Really, this is the new norm now for real. So we all need to start taking some risks and doing some things different and just showing up and showing out. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, and let me just say this before we pop off to taking the risk and showing up and showing out, Landy, because these ladies aren't even giving us all the tea of where they've been over the last 24 hours. This one right here, Tyler Simone, and this one right here, Kim Roxy. I don't know how many of you were watching Essence Entrepreneur Virtual Summit yesterday, but these sisters towed it down. Do you understand? They were in this pitch contest for $100,000 worth of money that they were in mentorship, that they were in this pitch contest for. And there was 10 women of color in this pitch contest. Yeah. And we got 2 of the 10 right here in this panel. And not only do we have 2 of the 10, we got 2 of the winners of the pitch contest in here. Miss Kim Roxy of LaMique, $5,000. Miss Tyler Simone, $10,000. Can you give these ladies a hand clap? Because when you talk about leadership, entrepreneurship, you talk about girl bosses, boss ladies, you talk about taking the risk, honey. Listen, if y'all could have, I want the replay, because Tyler Simone, as a 16-year-old, baby, she blew all them grown folks away. I told my baby, come and watch this, because this baby, woo, Tyler, I was screaming for you. Like, you don't even know. I'm like, they better give us some money because you killed it. And what I'm saying is these young girls, age is nothing but a number. That's all it is. put us in a box and say, well, she's too young. She don't know what she's talking about. Baby, I don't need a box. I'm gonna go on the other side. You stand in the box while I'm over here, because that's what we need to teach our girls. You can't put me a place I don't choose to be. So hats off to both of you guys. It was amazing. So you're not talking about what you heard. You're talking about what you know. I just wanted to plug that in there because they didn't tell us that. But I just want to make sure we do that. Okay. Give them some love in the chat box. These ladies did that all day yesterday. It was good.
Thank you for bringing that out. Ma'am, thank you for the reminder of winners. We're here, and we when you think about the fact that you just said out of 10, so that's tens out of thousands.
Yes.
Out of thousands.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's go into that, and let's wrap it up with this question. I want to hear from each of you, each person. Talk about your transferable skills. So prior to this, I was jumping off of a data science call. I don't have a background in engineering, computers, none of that stuff. But what I do know is I know how to calculate and interpret data and make sure that it's not being spoken without people of color and women in the room. So when we're talking about data gathering on us, I have to be able to be the one who is the change that I want to see. So I took my skills of being able to analyze things and I'm applying that to our future of data. So I want you to talk about one of your skills. And Monique, let's start with you because I know your background in sales and retail and managing people and managing leaders. And now to see this girl boss that you manage in a way that you all's relationship, it's amazing. And then I want you to talk to him because I see how you bring your daughter forth. Little Loretta is at the tea party and she has no fear. She has fear because she sees it. And Dr. Lewis would not be on this call if it were not for you. And that little fire starter right next to you. You in her glasses. And so I want to remind us of who we are, authors and leaders and people who didn't start here. Let's talk about our transferable skills. Monique.
So great question. So I think the first thing that needs to be said is that this pandemic is only for the winner's circle, period. It's for the winner's circle. So if you are not able to shift gears, like when you're driving and you're in the slow lane and then you shift over to the fast lane, yes. This is for the winner's circle. So this is showing the true skill set of any woman, any man, any child, any human in business. Because right now we have shifted gears right here on this platform. We are virtual. We are doing something different at this time. We're moving with what's happening. We've jumped 5 years faster just because this pandemic happened. So for us in our business, like you said, leadership skills, managing the process, and making sure that you are reacting to what's happening. So there's a cause and effect. So we already know the cause is. What are we doing to affect the change? So we got to show up now and show out even more. We have to make ourselves more relevant now than we did when we were doing pop-ups. We have to make ourselves, people like really love us more now, believe in us more now. We have to go live more now. You know, we have to make sure that when we're on the phone with someone, I always tell Tyler, when you talk on the phone and you have an interview, smile, because that will project what you're really trying to say to people. Because when, even in this conference, like right now, if you're just sitting there, you look like you have a dead face, who's buying into you? Nobody. You sitting there looking uninterested? Oh no, honey, you better step up and show up right now because we don't have no choice. It's all about being a leader in your own lane. So this pandemic is the winner's circle. I refuse to be left out in this winner's circle. So I'm just
do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. You
don't.
And that's why for me and for us and for our company, we're all about community. We're all about supporting one another. I probably don't have $22 to support Kim every Friday night, but every Friday night I'm on her live supporting what she's doing. Because it's just all about supporting one another and building up the community within ourselves. It's not just about women or Black women. It's about business. It's about supporting businesses in all different industries. if it's a service, etc.
And we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you. That was well said. You said it's about supporting business. I want to remind us that we are all our own business owners. We're all our own boss.
Yeah.
Even if you go, you sign, somebody signs your check, you're your own boss. You get to choose to be there, and you get to choose how you show up. Kim, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, transferable skills.
My degree is in public relations. And so now, getting to just utilize that, having creative ideas and not being held back by, a big production or something like that. Because right now we get to just like she said, be creative from our house and stuff like that. And so just using PR, being able to get people's attention right now. So when you think about PR, it's publicity, it's storytelling, and Dr. Shana mentioned, with Tyler and I being on Essence platform yesterday, it's brought so much attention to our businesses. And so, I just want to encourage the parents who are watching with their children, because I have a 4-year-old daughter now. And, I think that we can raise our children to be great, but like the parents that are on this panel, you also have to model it and you have to be it, right? And so for the ones who are there, so don't ever stop going back to school, don't ever stop doing those things to make yourself better. Age is still nothing but a number as you get older.
Yeah.
So don't get held up by saying, I'm this age now, I can't do that. I still apply, I still do stuff, I still go to school. Like, I'm never too big. I've had my products in a lot of stores, but I'm still not too, I still want to learn more, because the world is still moving and you still have to be adapting to things coming up. And that's what it's all about. So I just want to encourage the parents who are watching with their children as well, that you want to get them involved doing stuff. And then you also pursue the things in your heart as well.
Amen.
Mhm. Mhm.
Can you remind us about feelings and not as suppressing our emotions? Because you speak to that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as a licensed professional counselor, for me, I'm trained to help us identify and address those things that sometimes the world would tell us to dismiss. That don't you crying, that's you being a baby, or why you lying. Listen, I tell my kids all the time, feel what you feel. You have a right to feel exactly how you feel, but I want you to learn to express that. And as young women, we need to teach them to be able to use those feelings, to talk about those things, to help them move in the next space. And for me, as a counselor, being trained that way, I've been able to transfer the skill of being able to connect to people there into other businesses that are people-based. Being able to touch people and connect with their emotional self. It's very, very important. I think as people, we need to make sure that we are connecting on that level. Like, we're real surface level, but sometimes we need to go a little bit deeper than that and understand where people are coming from. How are they feeling? What are they thinking about? As a businesswoman, if we don't connect that way, then we've made a mistake. So feeling is definitely important, Landy. Definitely important in the work that we're doing. Raising these girl boss. Look, we got a new girl boss into the group. Hey, she's so cute.
She's adorable.
Dr. Lewis, thank you so much. Hey, little mama, it's so good to see you in your little hair. I want to, and we are all leaders in our own right, and sometimes leaders need to be. So things like this, at times like now, things that like are designed to help you to be able to have a conversation, create a safe space, and take that as it was said. So if you're not feeling that way, if you're not feeling like a winner, first of all, acknowledge the fact that you're human. That's fine. And then take some of the today. We talked about communication, problem solving, critical thinking, being prideful, dancing and singing. We started off with dancing and singing and getting your joy there. We talked about your headline, and we'll close with that. What is your headline? It's 2020. Think about 2025. I know it's hard to think about possibly now, but 2025, what will your headline, what will they say about you? Kim said PR. You can create your own PR. What will they 25? And so that helps us get to next, but do it now. You walk into that place. Thank you for having us.
Definitely. This was awesome. Before we complete off of this one, I want to make sure that the ladies on this line all have a door prize that we're giving away. Can you just share a little bit about what that door prize is? So when it's time for that prize to be drawn, the ladies will know what it is that you're giving away. Okay, go ahead, Tyler Simone.
All right, so we have, this one's empty. We're not giving this one away. But this is basically, this is the sauce. And there's some flavors, tangy lemon pepper, and no lactose corn syrup, and gluten free. You can put it on everything, even your Lay's potato chips, all the way to your salmon and French fries, anything honestly. Yeah,
and we're giving away a 3-pack, so all three.
All three. 1, 2, 3.
We're giving away all 3. So.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, thank you, ladies. Kim, what about yours?
I'm giving, and I love Sienna sauce. Let me just say that. And I'm giving away a Lamique tote bag. A Lamique tote bag is here, the golden cream one. And then we're going to give away an affirmation that can go on your desk as you homeschool, as you work from home, that says beauty is revealed, not applied.
Love that. Love that. Okay, and Nia, what's yours?
This is my book. It's called Pillow Talk. It's a Christian mother and daughter journal, and I will be giving away this. It is, you can write in it. It has different topics, chapters. It's basically to help you connect with your mom better. So yes, this is the book.
And it's for girls 7 through 12 years old. And I'm going to be giving away one of my books as well, Get Your Life, the Blueprint, to help us get our life together, along with the leadership book as well. So that'll be coming in just a minute as we get to our door prizes. Okay.
One thing away too. So I want to give away a shift session. And a shift session, you all saw this gear. We're about shifting, organizing the shift that you're dealing with. And I put the F in there, parents, for shift. The shift session, 20 minutes, where we talk through what you're dealing with and figure out how to prioritize and move towards your next $250 value. That is my gift for being a part of this winning circle.
Wonderful. Y'all pay attention when it's time. Those are some good door prizes. You don't want to miss out. Thank you so much, Landy. Thank you, Tyler Simone and Monique. Thank you, Kim Roxy and Baby Girl. Thank you all for being here and making this panel wonderful. Thank you, Mia Khalid, my baby girl. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Y'all hang tight for the next segment. Y'all have a better afternoon, ladies.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so up next, we got Miss JJ coming on back to close out this segment and introduce to our next speaker, and we'll talk about some door prizes.
Hey, yes. Do you have the winners from the past door prize? Because we are right here.
Y'all want to know who they are? Okay, so our first door prize winners of the Sugar Dew Shimmer Lip Gloss is Kerrigan Gaston. I don't know if you're still here, Kerrigan, but you are the winner of that. And the Sugar Dew Glitter Lip Gloss Topper is Nalia Coleman is the winner of that. And then our third door prize winner of Stone Cold Beauty's Whip Shea Butter Moisturizer is Akila Washington. Congratulations to those ladies.
Woo, that is awesome. Okay, those are some great prizes that you guys just walked away with. And don't forget, if you want to pick up the next raffle of prizes, you need to text STEP, right, to 224-435-5433. That's STEP, STEP, 224-435-5433 to be the winner, and the first 3 will win those. Okay, all right, so I am ready to introduce our next guest for our next workshop. Transition like a boss. Krishnatha DeRoser is such an amazing person. She is the founder of I Am a Masterpiece. She is the Masterpiece Coach. She is author and a speaker. She is founder of the I Am Masterpiece movement. She is funky. She is soft, and she is just plain fabulous. Today's Innovative Women's Magazine, and you've probably seen her in that. You've probably seen her on television, even in Bronze Magazine. She's also been in Voyage, MIA Magazine, and you've probably heard her on radio shows like The Naked Truth, Soul Topics, Positive Teen Talk, and Joyful Living for Women. She's all over the place. Krishnatha once struggled with her self-esteem, having low self-esteem and struggling with her self-image. Now she sees herself through the eyes of the King, and she helps other women to do the same. Now, this is where her organization was birthed. I Am a Masterpiece is designed to help women discover the masterpiece within. She assists women from going to from confusion to clarity by helping them to get to the core of who they are and to live out their purpose. She does this through her group coaching program called Masterpiece Institute. So please welcome our very special guest, Krishnatha. Hey, Krishnatha.
Hi, JJ.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
We cannot wait to hear what you have in store for us today.
I'm so excited. Thank you for having me. Okay, hello everyone. Hi, welcome. Okay, so I'm so excited to talk to you today. I'm Krishnatha, as JJ said, and I'm super excited to share with you today on how to transition like the boss that you are. Okay, so let's get into it. And let's be completely clear. I want to start with this disclaimer. Transition often looks like chaos. How many of you agree? You can tell me in the chat. Transition often looks like chaos. Now, some of you have chaos going at home, working from home, homeschooling, trying to figure everything out, especially during a time like this. If you are in school and you're trying to figure out going to the next grade, what does that look like in terms of your education? If you're going on to middle school, high school, and college, what does that look like? And so it can look crazy, but I want you to know that transition often looks like chaos. Okay, so you are okay. You are not alone, and we are in this together. So I want to make sure that that's clear. We are in this thing together. All right, so let's just jump right in. And I also want you to tell whoever you're with or you're watching this with, tell them, don't judge me. I'm in transition. Okay, so things may look a little crazy. You may be trying to figure things out, but let whoever's watching this with you know, don't judge me. I'm in transition. Okay, so that's very important. You are in transition. Now, what does it mean to transition like a boss? What is a boss? And a boss means that you are in charge. You're not always in charge of your situation and the circumstance, but you are in charge of how you come out on the other side. So even during the times that we're going through right now, you are in charge of how you come out on the other side. And I want you to ask yourself, who do you want to be on the other side of this? Who do you want to be in a month? Who do you want to be next semester? Who do you want to be next school year? Who do you want to be in the company in the next year, right? Who do you want to be? Keep that in mind when you are going through this season, and think about who you want to be and where you want to be in the next. Okay, super important. All right, so I'm going to share with you some tips on how to transition like a boss. Number one, I first want you to acknowledge your feelings. Acknowledge your feelings. What does that mean? That means that it's important for you to be honest about how you feel. How do you feel? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you frustrated? Are you nervous? Are you uncertain? Are you confused? Whatever you are feeling, be honest about how you feel. Be open, be authentic, and be yourself. This is really important because first you have to acknowledge where you are, and then now we can work and build based on where you are. But if you're not honest, we're building from a place that doesn't exist. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're always being authentic and operating from your core. That's really, really important. For those of you who registered a little early, there was a worksheet that was sent out, and it was basically like a journal worksheet, and it had some questions on there. Because in being honest about your feelings, one of the things that I personally do to help me is I write. I love to journal, and I would encourage you to give it a try. It's a great thing in terms of self-care, expressing yourself. There may be some things that you're uncomfortable sharing with other people, but that you can be honest while you are journaling. And I'm just going to share a couple of those questions that was on that worksheet. And the first question was, today was a good day or a bad day for me? And it was a good day because, and you talk about your experience, or it was a bad day because, and you talk about your experience. And so you don't have to be fearful of what you feel and sharing it, because it's your journal. It's a safe place for you. Okay, some of you may call it a diary, but I just wanted to give you a guide on how to start sharing your feelings and acknowledging them. The second thing is, I am worried about, and you share what that is, or I am excited about. You may be excited about the next stage, the next grade, the next semester, the next promotion. You may be changing careers, right? And you are excited about that, and that is a good thing. All right. The next one is, I can use this time as an opportunity to. You can use this time as an opportunity to. So what can you use this time as an opportunity to do as you prepare for the next season? So you can tell me what that looks like. Tell us in the chat. Okay, so you may be learning a new skill. You may be bonding more, right, with the people closest to you, and that may be helping you with your communication skills. You may be reading more. You may be writing more. So there's opportunities in this time. And so you want to look for those. Really important. And then the last question was, or the last section towards the journaling assignment was, my support system and the people that I can speak to about my feelings are. And this is when you list who are the people that you can talk to about how you feel. It's so important to have people in your life that you feel safe with. That can be your mom. That can be your other family members, your siblings. That can be a mentor, a teacher. And so you want to think about, who are the people that make me feel safe enough to speak to them about how I feel, and write those names down. Okay. So the number one tip is to acknowledge your feelings. And the second tip is to develop an attitude of gratitude. Okay. So I know that things are a bit crazy, because what did we say in the beginning? Transition often looks like chaos. And so sometimes it's so hard to be grateful when things are out of order, because you're thinking about what's not working. But I want to challenge you to take a moment to think about, what is working? What is working? What am I grateful for in this moment? Am I grateful for good health? Right? Am I grateful for my family? Am I grateful for my mom, my friends? Am I grateful for work? Am I grateful for my strong support system? Am I grateful for the opportunities that I know that are coming in this season for my next season? I do have an activity that all of you can do at home. Our young lady bosses and our women bosses, you all can do this cool activity. Okay, so this is, let's make sure you can see it. This is my gratitude jar. This is my gratitude jar. I'm encouraging all of you to create a gratitude jar. Now, everything you need to create a gratitude jar is already in your home. So you do not have to go to the store for this one. Okay, so you already have everything you need at home. This is a mason jar. You can use any jar, by the way, but this is a clear mason jar I have at home. And what's in it is construction paper. So a lot of you may either have construction paper or some printing paper, but you can use any paper. And I simply cut it up. And every day I take a piece and I write something that I am grateful for. And I put it in my jar. And so moments when I want to complain, moments where I am frustrated, moments when I think I don't know what to do, I just feel hopeless. Is there anything that could go right in this day? Take a moment to pick up my jar, right? I take off the lid and I simply take out a piece of paper, open it up and read it. And I remember what I'm grateful for. Okay, so you can just cut up some simple scrap sheets of paper like this, right? Whatever size you like. with a pen, write what you're grateful for, fold it up, and stick it in your jar. So that is a simple activity. And I think it's actually would be a lot of fun to actually do this as a family. Do this as a family. I think that's a really cool activity to do as a family. So this is a gratitude jar, okay? Simple mason jar, construction paper on the inside. You can use a Sharpie. You can use a pen, a pencil, a crayon, whatever you'd like to write with. And so I want to make sure that I'm providing you guys with some things that you can do at home. Okay, so number one, acknowledge your feelings. Be honest. Why? Because when you're a boss, you do not have to hide how you feel. Okay, number two, develop an attitude of gratitude. You want to be a real boss? Be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. Who says bosses have to always have a bad attitude? Absolutely not. Yes, you can be stern, you can be serious, right? And you can mean business, but you can also be full of gratitude all at the same time. All at the same time. And number three, we mentioned this earlier. I want you to see the opportunity in this time. What are you doing now that's setting you up for tomorrow? What are you doing now that is creating a legacy for your children tomorrow? What are you doing now that's going to set you up for success tomorrow? What opportunities can you find in this moment? Plant seeds for the change you want to see. No matter who you are or where you're from, there is opportunity for you. And I also want to say this, that there is always opposition. Opposition will come. There's always trouble. Something always goes wrong. That's not an indication to quit, because if you're a real boss, you don't quit. If you're a real boss, you don't quit. All right. So don't quit. There will always be opposition, but you have to keep going and look for the opportunity in the midst of opposition. All right. So you may want to change your career. There are so many resources out here. There are free certificate programs that are taking place right now. Take advantage. There are so many resources and so many things that are out here. And I want to make sure that we are taking advantage, right? Don't sit on the sidelines and watch everybody win. You're a boss, and so you're going to win too. No bosses left behind. All right, say it with me. Say it with me. I can't hear you. No bosses left behind. All right, let's try that one more time. You ready? No bosses left behind. That's right. We are a sister's keeper. Listen, I got your back. Have my back too. Okay. We're not leaving each other behind. There is opportunity for all of us. There is money on the table for all of us. There is room at the top for all of us. And so seize the opportunities that are in front of you, right? So that you are setting up yourself for a very fruitful future. That's really, really important. Also, with the opportunity, what is the opportunity? Not only do you see in your business, that you see in yourself. One thing about quarantine, it has taught us and revealed some things about us personally. So what have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about yourself spiritually? Do I need to pray more? Right? Do I need to meditate more? Do I need to eat better? This is a judge-free zone, right? But we're just going to throw that out there. Do I need to eat better? I've noticed my habits haven't been the best, right? So there's opportunity to be better. So no time to beat yourself up, but always an opportunity to be a better version of yourself. Okay. All right. And number 4 is establish and identify your tribe. Who are your support system? Who's your support system? Who's on your team? Is it your mom? Is it your sister? Is it your friends? Is it your mentors? Is it your coaches? Is it your accountability partners? Who are your support system? That's very, very important for us to keep in mind, because it matters who we talk to the most. It matters who we're texting the most. It matters who has our ear. It matters who has the most influence on what we say. And so I want you to keep in mind of who is my support system. Can I trust them? Can I go to them? Is there wisdom? We heard in the last segment that You can have more than one mentor for different aspects and different areas of your life. That's okay. But do you trust them? Do you trust that they have been to where you want to go? It's important, but you need a support system. Don't be in isolation. Don't stay by yourself. Don't allow thoughts to go ahead and drive you crazy. Have a safe space to share. Journal, pray, have a safe space to share. Okay, there is a short assessment that I wanted to share with you. And I just want you to think about the questions that I'm listing. It's just a few. And I want you to think about them and think about how you personally feel about each question. Okay, all right. And the first one is number one being not at all, and number five being always, all the time. Okay, so the first question is change is stressful for me. Change is stressful for me. Number one being not at all, and number five being all the time. And so you can kind of pick a number between 1 to 5, what best fits you and how you feel concerning change. Change is stressful for me. 1 being not at all, 5 being all the time. The next one is I am currently hopeful regarding my future. 1 being not at all, 5 being all the time. I am aware of my emotions and how I feel. 1 being not at all, 5 being all the time. I have a strong support system that I trust. 1 being not at all, and 5 being all the time. And lastly, I am ready to take action concerning my future. 1 being not at all, and 5 being all the time. Now, if you did not answer number 4 or 5 for all of those questions, it doesn't make you wrong, but I want you to take time to evaluate what you can do for your numbers to be at a 4 or a 5 so you can be closer to all of the time. We know there's days that we don't have the best day, but I want to make sure that you have more great days than bad days, right? And so keep that in mind and continue to do your work. And if you do that, then you can handle the transition and you can transition like a boss. Thank you for having me, ladies. I had an incredible time, and I hope that my segment was helpful to you so that you can continue to transition like the boss that you are. Oh, come here. Can't hear. Can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that, Chris Nata. Those are great points. We need to transition like a boss right now. There's so much going on that has thrown us completely off. Chaos is a real word.
Yes.
And I think you spoke to it beautifully. Journaling, praying, the gratitude jar. I love it. I love all of it. So we definitely say thank you for your time and willingness to share. And so, ladies, if you're in the chat box, if you enjoyed this, give her a thumbs up and say, yes, that was so good. I am transitioning like a boss. Transitioning like a boss. Now, Chris Nata, thank you for your day and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Now, here's the thing that I want you ladies to get ready for. Right now, it's time for our next door prize. Now, we got 3 door prizes that are coming up. They are going to be, and I'm going to tell you what they are, and then you're going to need to do these a little differently this time. You're going to need to actually write in the YouTube chat box. So get ready and find your YouTube chat box, because that's where you're going to need to go for these door prizes that are coming up right now. Okay, we have 3 of them: the Lamique tote bag, Dr. Shayna's books, and Landy Spearman's Shift 20-minute session. Okay, so if you want, I'm going to put on the and I'm gonna let Chris Nata go home. Bye-bye. If you want Lamique's, if you want the Lamique tote bag, you be the first person to write Lamique in the comments right now on YouTube. Don't text, put it in the chat. If you want my books, you write books. If you want Landy's 20-minute shift session, you write shift. So the rules change. This is going to show who's paying attention. If you want Kim Roxy's Lamique tote bag, write Lamique in the comments. If you want Dr. Shayna's book, Get Your Life, the Blueprint, and a leadership book, write books. If you want the 20-minute session with Landy, write shift. Now's the time. The first person to write any of those 3 words will get the prizes. First person in, first person in. All right, let's go. All right, so now as we begin to make our transition into our next piece here, I want you guys to know, I'm going back to the beginning. So Her Voice is an organization that's all about being dedicated to encouraging survivors of domestic violence. And so as a part of that work, this conference is not only a conference for the girls, but it's also a conference for women as well too. And so we want to make sure that we have something for both the girls and the mothers who are watching. And so as part of that, I wanted to have a short segment with some of our finest in Houston are from our police department. We have actually one member of our mentorship program who is a Houston police officer, and she's going to be joined by another police officer as well, who is going to share some information with us. So just know that this segment will discuss issues or concerns of domestic violence. If you are a mother and you're watching and your daughter is younger than middle school, this might be too much for her. I'm just letting you know now as a disclaimer that this next 30-minute segment that we'll have will be discussing topics of domestic violence. We will bring on the police officers to talk about resources, and then our last guest will be our keynote speaker who will be sharing her story of survival. So I just want to let you know that we're shifting to that right now. Okay, I think we have our winners for all of the door prizes. So I will announce those in just a minute. You can look in the feed yourself and see who it might be. But here we go. So, all right, let me introduce the next 2 folks that are coming on. We have, I told you earlier, we have a police officer who is one of the mentors in the Her Voice program. Her name is Lieutenant Kathy Carey. She can join me on the screen. We also have Senior Officer Raul Collins, who is also a Houston police officer as well. Thank you two for joining us today on the live broadcast. And so let me explain to you why I wanted these 2 to come speak with us. Right now, what we know is that in our world, due to the pandemic, so many women are at home in a space that is no longer safe for her. And there has been a rise in domestic violence issues all across the country. And many women may not know what to do or may not know that she has options. So I wanted to bring on our finest, 2 of our own who could speak to resources that she may have and things she might want to be thinking about right now. And both of these officers both have their own lived experience stories related to domestic violence, which is perhaps what led them into the domestic violence or family violence unit in the police department. Lieutenant Carey, you are a mentor in Her Voice, as well as a lieutenant in the police department. Can you speak to what resources does she have? What can the police department do? Right now, we know that calls are higher, more domestic violence is happening. What kind of resources do women have right now?
Well, right now, it's still the same as it has been always. When women report, women or people in general report domestic violence, the police are required to take action. And so when we come out to the scenes, we are gonna take police action, and we will be contacting the DA to see if charges will be taken. Also, we have our in-office services where people can come in, or either they can call the Family Violence Unit number, which is 713-308-1100, and they will initiate any processes that they need to get them to safety and connect them with resources like housing, um, helping them get utilities transferred, helping them make their safety plans to be able to get out of their situation safely.
Okay, thank you. So at any point, a woman can call that number that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, the Houston Police Department Family Bondage Unit, and she'll be connected with someone who could assist her in what needs she might have.
Yes.
Because I think some women may think because we're in a pandemic, something has changed and people are social distancing, and that includes the police department. But in fact, that is not the case. You are still here and you are still ready to serve.
We're still here and still ready to serve. And I think our mayor emphasized that with a new initiative that he announced this week.
Okay, wonderful. And so, and some of you may be wondering, this is a girls' conference, Dr. Shana. Why is Raul here? He's a guy. I got that, but let me explain to you why I invited him here. Raul has a lived experience. He grew up in a home when his mother was victimized by an abuser and almost to a fatal space. And so he definitely has the vantage point of being a child growing up in that home and understanding what that is like, coupled with the fact that he is on the front lines, in the streets, standing up for women all over Houston and letting the men folk who are abusing in some of these cases that it is not okay. And so I wanted to make sure Raul was here to give that perspective. So we know that there are some good men in this world. Not every man is in a position of using aggressiveness to deal with his family. So Raul, the thing I want you to speak to right now, we have women who are watching from wherever they might be right now. What would be your thought or suggestion to her that what she might need to be considering right now? If she has young children in the home, what might be some things that she might want to think about right now?
Okay, first thing, thank you, Doc, for having me on. You're one of the rare people I sincerely believe cares about your patients and people that you deal with, and you really want to help folks get to where they need to be. I believe that if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. And not bragging, but I do have people asking all the time. I'm impressed by what you do. But for you ladies, first of all, hey, if you're going through that, I'm so sorry. It's not your fault, and how you might be feeling, no one can judge you. I imagine what my own mother went through, and coming from the family that she came from, well known, well educated, and my father and the things he did. It's not your fault, and that your kids can get out of this, but you're gonna have to listen to me right now. If you're not in a position to leave, make a plan for your children to be safe, for someone who cares about and knows you, that's gonna get your wishes out far as to where you want them to be completed. Have an overnight bag. Um, be prepared to let their teachers know that your child is going through transition, so that should something happen the worst, you can be ready. My father in 1981, uh, he was out of the house, in and out of our lives. He came home one evening and we were already in bed, and it was a school night. And he was asking, "Hey, look, I want to see my kids." And my mom, look, you come see your kids, but after you lock the door on the way out. Well, he came on in and he shot her 5 times. He shot himself in the chest. They both lived. Um, luckily for me, after we left homicide division, because they thought my mother was going to die, they thought my father was going to die. They literally put them in the same room, and it was just really tumultuous time. But we were able to transition real. I'm not gonna say easy, because it wasn't, because you're in a feeling of insecurity, especially with me being an 11-year-old at the time. I'm the youngest of 4 children. I was able to go to school and keep a semblance of normalcy. No one could explain to me, but my mom gave me a good foundation. The best thing that could have happened is that I had routine, and that routine allowed me to keep a level of levity, and just keep going forward until I was able to transition through this. Um, I think that coming through that and then being reunited with my mother again, it made me stronger. So your children can't come through this, but you just don't want to leave them in that situation, and you shouldn't be in that situation because it's not good for you. My heart hurts for you women out there that's going through those things, but there are men out here who really love, and we respect, and we thank you because y'all lift us up. You're the most important person in society for us, especially in Black society, because you are the child first teacher. You hear me? You're the first teacher, the first person that boy is going to love. So we're going to have to raise stronger men. Don't let your sons get away with disrespectful behavior. Make them be gentlemen. Because I'm telling you, it works out and they can come out on the other side. And I'm better because of that.
Absolutely, Raul. Raul, thank you so much. And you
Yes,
made a
ma'am.
great point. The point here is that a woman can have a plan. And if she has a plan, then she can do something with that. And so it's not something she has to do alone necessarily, because sometimes women will find themselves in the space of doing this all by themselves, and they don't have to. Now, Kathy, well, Lieutenant Carrie, I think she's a lieutenant. I call her Kathy because she's one of mine. Lieutenant Carrie, I know as a mentor in the Her Voice program, you are positioned to support women as well. And so just speak a little bit about what it's like to be a mentor and how you are in a position to support women through the Her Voice program.
Well, as a mentor through the Her Voice program, I am. We're all connected with a person that has been through domestic violence, and she's working her way through the process after domestic violence. So we're here to support those that have come out of domestic violence situations, because that's when they need the most support. Yes, they need to be away from that person, but they also need to be supported so that they don't go back to that person, so that they're not feeling alone, and that they know that they can make it once they get out of those situations.
Absolutely. The key here is you do not need to go through this alone. There are resources available for you. The Houston Police Department Family Violence number is on the screen. If you or someone you know has any concerns or is in this position, please call them. You feel free to call Her Voice as well. That number will show up in just a little bit as we proceed throughout today's conference. Thank you, Officer Collins. Thank you, Lieutenant Carey, for your
Thank you.
time. And thank you for your service. At a time such as this. We appreciate you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm hopeful that that information was helpful to someone. Just know, ladies, you do not have to do this alone. It is not necessary. In fact, this is not something that you can do alone. I find so many women that I've come in contact with have gone many years without support. Her Voice as an organization is positioned with mentors like Lieutenant Carey, who are here and available to support you in a mentorship kind of relationship, like big brothers, big sisters, but for survivors of domestic violence. And you can visit us at any point, and we're here to support you even right now in this virtual world that we are living in. So as we transition into our final segment today, I am so excited to announce that our final keynote speaker this afternoon, her name is Sabrina Green-Lee. Sabrina Green-Lee is a well-respected community leader, and she is a survivor. She has dedicated her life to help facilitate the growth and evolution of women everywhere, from victim to victor. Sabrina uses her voice, her wisdom, and her own experiences to inspire others to heal and transcend from the hurt and shame of domestic violence and abuse. Her extraordinary story, filled with unimaginable tragedies, is the inspiration behind her mission to empower with the transparency that allows others to know that it is possible to do the same. Cycles of abuse, generational curses, teen pregnancy, deaths of two brothers and a fiance, all followed by an attempted murder on her own life that ultimately left her blind, are among many trials that have shaped her remarkable journey. Sabrina is a living testament to the value in life storms and the power of prayer and belief that one can overcome any obstacle placed in their path. Her blinded faith has given her the confidence and tenacity to inspire others to repair, recreate, and restore their lives to one full of potential and purpose. Will you please give a round of applause and say welcome, welcome, welcome to Sabrina Green-Lee. We are so happy that you are joining us today. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me, Dr. Lewis, and everyone. I've been tuned in, and I cannot tell you how powerful it is to hear the young ladies talk about how courageous and everything they are. So, thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. And I know you're joining us all the way from, are you in North Carolina right
I
now?
am I am currently in South Carolina. Yes.
Well, she in South Carolina. We call that, you still in the South. You just another part of the South, right?
Oh,
Today. That is awesome.
yes.
Thank you so much for being here. Yes, these young girls have been truly amazing. I have enjoyed hearing their stories and hearing their passions for their businesses, and so it's just so important that we pour into them. And so I
Absolutely.
definitely want to take this time now to shift into this interview with you. And it's such an important conversation to have. I know we've had a couple of conversations this week. And so I know that you're going to bless somebody today with this talk that we're going to have right now. So I'm looking
Awesome.
forward to it. And as we are talking, if you have questions that you'd like to ask the panelists who are live, feel free to drop them in the chat box. We will be checking the chat and we can ask your questions if you have some.
Hmm.
So, can you just tell us a little bit about who you are, and why is the topic of domestic violence such an important issue for you to share with the world in the way that you have been doing so over the last many years?
Oh, absolutely. I've been on this mission to talk about domestic violence for about 7 years now. In 2002, I was assaulted. I am an acid attack survivor. I was assaulted by a young lady. When you think about domestic violence, you think about, in the household, it has to be a man that is assaulting a woman. But ironically, it was another woman that assaulted me. And so that makes it, of course, still domestic violence because I was in the relationship with a man only 3 months, and he was dating both of us. And so that's why it's important for me to talk about domestic violence. Not only that, but I actually was assaulted many, many years before that incident. The first time that I was actually assaulted, I was 14 years old. I was in a relationship, as most of young girls do. You get involved early on in junior high and high school, never thinking that the person that you're just going with or you're dating at the time would actually abuse you. But it happens. It happened to me. I began the cycle of abuse very early, and what I did was I thought that was okay. I began to think, make excuses, and all the red flags were there. But what I did was I took that into high school. After high school, I actually married my abuser the day that I turned 18, that I was legal to. And so had two children by my abuser. And it was only about 4 years after that that I was able to get out. A lot of abuse, a lot of hospitalization, black eyes, broke collarbone, cracked ribs, you name it. It happened to me. And so I experienced domestic violence very early on. And it was only when I was able to, realize that this is an epidemic that I have to have a voice in. There are a lot of other things that has transpired in my life, but domestic violence is near and dear to me because I've experienced it so much in my life, and I wanted to do something. What can I do? What can I talk
Mhm.
about that is important? Young girls are going through this. It is not only, it's just not, there's no color on it. There's not nationality. There is, I mean, it's everywhere. And we have to, put a voice on top of this thing. And so that is why I got in it, because like I said early on, it was, I was abused very early.
Got you. And when you say that when you were in high school, this it started for you even that young. This is why I have this conference, Sabrina, because I understand that girls are finding themselves inside of these relationships at very young ages. And then, like you just described, you were young and then you married the same person who had already begun to be abusive to you. And so we want to make sure that something that we do is we work to help girls stop the cycle of violence. It is absolutely a cycle and it can be stopped. And so, can you speak a little bit about what your process was like to get out of the cycle of violence at different points whenever that was the case? What was your process of recovery like for you?
Well, my process of recovery was learning who I was, because the isolation, the depression, the anxiety that comes with being abused, and not only that, but your abuser, just telling you the little things that you start to believe that you're worthless and you're nothing. And so all of these things, they can transpire, and over again, you begin to believe just what you're being told. And so what got me out of it was, it took a lot, of course. It took me to nearly lose my life, but I began to regain some insight of who I was. That is what helped me the most, was when I began to learn who I was, and just little things like, affirmation. I'm not that person. It's okay. I began to have a support system. I think some of you ladies mentioned that earlier, that the support system is very, very critical in those times when you're being told these things and you want to get out, but you don't know how to get out. And so I began to learn my self-worth. It was very important that you know who you are and begin to love on yourself. Do a lot of self-healing. That was very important to me. I began to lean on my support system, which for me was my children. I realized that I am their mother, and I need to lead by example. It's not okay to be in a household and you say, hey, I'm going to do this, but don't do as I do, do as I say. That's not okay. And I had to learn that the hard way. I am the mother and I need to lead by example. And so I began to, do things that I would want them to mimic as they grow up and be adults. And so it was very important for me to do a lot of self evaluation, start loving on myself. And I began to realize that this is not okay. This abuse is not okay. But it took really for me to almost lose my life for me to get that. And so that's why it's very important that we start um, imparting this wisdom into teenagers. The younger, the better. It is very, very important. And not only that, but the isolation and everything that people, we have the stigmatism that, it can't happen to me. Yes, it can. It can easily happen to you. Love does not hurt. It's not supposed to hurt. It's not hard. It should be easy. And tell someone. You have to lean on your support system.
Absolutely. You made the great point that you had to reach out. There had to be other people that helped you through this process. You had to figure out who you were and not believe the lies that somebody told you. I say often that women get told the worst things about themselves, and then we turn around and we believe those things, and then we tell
Yes,
ourselves those things. And that's
that's
how
right.
this thing perpetuates, which is why I'm huge about affirmation. So I'm so glad that you brought that up. And what we say to ourselves is excessively important, and the people we have around us are important. And so one of the things that I talk about often, Sabrina, is the fact that this is everybody's problem. Sometimes, people will say it's not happening to me and I don't know anybody that it's happening to, so it's not my business. But let me just give y'all some numbers though. So statistically speaking, at least 50% of women are going to experience at minimum psychological abuse. So if that means 50% of women will experience it, if you know two women, you know one. She may not have told you her experience. She may not have shared with you what she's gone through, but you know her. And the other reality is that 1 in 5 will suffer severe physical violence that may cause her to need medical attention, hospitalization, or have really severe lifelong injuries. And so 1 in 5, we all know 5 women, Sabrina, we all know 5.
Hmm.
And so when we say it's not our problem, when we say it's not our business, I want to make sure we are clear that it's something that all of us are called to do something about. And so when you talked about reaching out to people in your world, I want you to speak to what role can other people play in the recovery process. So we may have a sister on the line listening, a mother, a coworker, a neighbor listening, and they're thinking it's not my business, but what role do other people play and how important are they in helping a woman get out of this abusive relationship?
Yes. I think it is everyone's it is everyone's business. I call it being nosy. If you know a
Mhm.
woman that is going through this, it is your business to tell someone, talk to that woman. I believe that you don't have to call 911 all the time, but what if you just talk to her and you can make a difference? I don't believe that a woman should be wearing a turtleneck in April and sunglasses in December. There are
Mm-mm.
signs. When a woman is behind a man in a grocery store and she has her head down, and it's like she's just wanting that one person to reach out and say something. It is vital that you pay attention to your neighbor, your sister. Be an ear. Sometimes all it takes is for you to just talk to them. One conversation can change a
Mhm.
life. That's all it takes.
Yep.
I know this firsthand. I did not have someone to say, "Hey, Sabrina, get out," or "Come to my house." But look, I had to muster up the courage to get out myself. But had I had someone, I don't know if I would have gotten out or not, but it could have made a difference. If you know someone that is going through domestic violence, it is your business. It is vital that you do something about it. Talk to that lady, talk to that man. Not only women are being abused, but there are men being
Mhm.
abused. Talk to these people. I
Mhm.
mean, it like I said, get out of your way and get in their way.
That's good. Get out of your way and get in their way. Wow. I love that. And it's so true. So, I mean, simple things that we can do. I tell folks all the time, like you said, let her know that you're here for her. Let her know that you're not judging her. If you're
Yes.
concerned about her, just say, hey, sis, I'm concerned about you, and here's why. I've noticed this, I've noticed that. Whenever she's ready, she will
Hmm.
remember who came to her. What we can't do is judge her. What we can't do is tell her what to do, because we take away the same power that her abuser was taken away from her.
That's right.
And just know, like Sabrina mentioned, that women are not the only ones victimized. 85% of victims that we know of are women. So there's about a 15% of men that we know of
Hmm.
that are victimized. But women are by far and large the most
Absolutely.
victimized in this way. So it's so important that we're here to support her and let her know that we are available to her. And then the other thing, and you alluded to this earlier, and I want to speak about this a little bit more before we hop off this line. If anybody has a question for Sabrina, now's a great time to ask it in the chat box. I'm checking that before we get off the line. But there's these myths about women who find themselves in this position. She's poor. She doesn't have an education. She doesn't have anywhere else to go. She's all of these things, and people
Hmm.
believe that those are the only women who may find themselves in a violent relationship. Can you speak to busting the myths about domestic violence, really based on your experience and what you know?
Oh, absolutely. There is no money amount on domestic violence. Yes, it does frequently, tend to occur more in poverty-stricken areas. However, no, no, no. It happens everywhere.
Mhm.
I've dealt with a lot of women that have come to me, and you're talking about women that has called that are millionaires. You're talking about women on food
Mhm.
stamps. That has to change. Our mindset has to change. This happens everywhere. It happens in junior high schools, it happens in mansions. I think we have to, moving forward in 2020, we have to change how we look at domestic violence. It is assault. It is something that happens in behind doors in every it can happen in every household. And so I think we have to be mindful that there is no color on domestic violence, there is no age on
Mhm.
domestic violence. We have to stop talking about, like, the stigmatism of the things that we heard back in the generations. It's changed. It's everywhere.
Yes, it is. It is everywhere. Y'all heard Sabrina say it can be in a mansion, it could be in the projects, it could be in the schoolhouse, it could be out on the. It can happen anywhere. And I, like you, have sat before women of all walks of life, all colors, all nationalities, all everything. So I want to make sure we're clear that anyone could find themselves in that situation.
Right.
We did have one question I'd like for you to respond to, Sabrina. How do we start the conversation to reach out? How do you start the conversation to reach out?
How do you start the conversation to reach out? Well, the first thing that you do is you like Dr. Lewis said, no, you come in with no judgment. And so you befriend them. If you know them, then it's just a conversation. And what you I think the main thing is just opening up the dialogue for that person to feel free, no judgment. Come in saying, what I would do is I would say, hey, I've noticed a couple of things you're different lately. Like, you don't want to go in saying, I'm going to call the police. I know what he's doing. Allow them to be open enough to talk to you and understand that it may take more than one conversation. People, it took years of him demeaning her. And so the trust is not going to be there automatically, but earn their trust, no judgment. And like I said, just open it with a regular conversation, and you wouldn't believe how far that would go.
Got you. So, and it's true, because she's been convinced that other people don't have her best interest at heart. He has potentially isolated her from people. And so you being able to be that non-judgmental ear is critically important. She will always remember when she's ready to come back to you. And know that, and Sabrina was alluding to that violence happens in many ways. It's not just physical, it's verbal, it can be spiritual, it can be financial, it can be sexual, it can happen in so many ways. Abuse is abuse.
Right.
Folks, abuse is abuse, and all of it is bad. Like, none of it should be happening. No one deserves to live a life that they're not able to feel safe in their own home. So, Sabrina, I just want to say a huge thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us, sharing your story, and sharing your passion for helping women this way as well. And also, before we pop off all the way, I want to make sure that folks know that Smooth, and that's SMOOOTH, is Sabrina's nonprofit organization that supports survivors of domestic violence, is the donator of our next door prize. So you want to stay tuned. Hopefully y'all haven't logged off just yet, because we're about to have the drawing for that. And so if they want to reach out to you, Sabrina, what is Smooth's website?
Okay, so it's actually smoothink.org. Go to our website. It's under reconstruction right now, but you still can leave messages. And we also have an Instagram page called smooth_DV. Go to our site. We have some good things on there, and we're doing a Mother's Day giveaway that's coming up in May. So we have some really good things going on. I've had to cancel some events in the Houston area, but can't wait until all of this is over. Our events will resume as normal. And but yeah, definitely Smooth with 3 O's Inc.org is our website.
Okay, wonderful. They're doing great work. And Her Voice is proud to say that we are a new partner, and we'll be doing some different things together as we go into this year. Thank you again, Sabrina, for your time. Y'all connect to her. She's an amazing woman, a lot of inspiration. We just got a tidbit today, so I can't wait to sit at your feet and learn more as we go.
Awesome,
So
awesome. Well, thank you for
it is
having me,
coming.
Dr. Lewis, and I appreciate all of you ladies. And definitely, I have been inspired today by everything that I've heard. So continue shining, ladies. This is amazing stuff. We have to continue doing what we're doing. So thank you, Dr. Lewis, for this.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day. So I am hopeful that all of you enjoyed the conversation with Sabrina Greenlee, the founder of Smooth Inc. Amazing story and testimony of how one can survive domestic violence and thrive on the other side. I am a huge proponent that what has happened to me is not who I am. it's only what happened to me. So remember, whatever happened to you is not who you are, but it's only what happened to you. So you get to decide what any of it means for you, and you still get to thrive on the other side. Well, we are wrapping up. I know our time has been far spent. We had those little bitty tech difficulties in the middle, but we won't be stopped, can't stop, won't stop. We are at the end. So I told everybody that we have an amazing door prize, our final door prize of today. It is $100 HEB gift card. Anybody want some food? Now you got to wait for me to tell you how to get this door prize. I'm going to put it up on the screen in just a second. And this is our final door prize for today. Now, if you like to eat, like I know right now in this quarantine, folks is eating us out of houses and homes. And it has been a whole lot with this eating situation. And I'm sure somebody can use $100 gift card to HEB. All right, so I'm about to put on the screen how you are to get this door prize. And the winner of this door prize will be, this is our 7th year of doing Step Into Your Future. So the winner of this door prize will be the 7th person. I'm going to be like the radio station. Caller number 10 is going to be the 7th person that texts in STEP to 224-435-5433. Go right now. The 7th text that we get is going to be our winner. So I'm going to go back right now while you guys are getting on the text line to get that prize and share with you our winners from our previous door prizes, so everybody know who is our winners. All right. So our winner of Nia Khalees's book, Pillow Talk, a Christian journal for mothers and daughters. It's for girls aged 7 to 12. It's Courtney Harding. Courtney Harding, you are the winner of Nia Khalees's book. The winner of the Sienna Sauce 3-pack is Morgan Galloway. All right, Morgan. And the winner of, hang on, I got to update my page here. Let me see. We got some more winners here. Let's see. It's updating so I can get y'all the all of the winners. The winner of the winners of, oh, you know what? It's in the feed. I'm looking on here and it's in the feed. Now we had one other door prize. Let me see. Okay. All right, let me get the winners of the other ones. I'm going. The text number is all right, 224-435-5433. Is that scrolling at the bottom of your screen? Our Lamique door prize winner is Jana Evans. Go Jana. The Dr. Shana book set winner is Prashama Daly. Go Prashama. And the winner of the 20-minute shift session with Landy Spearman is Betty Taylor. Congratulations, ladies. If you have not emailed her voice, your contact information, it's in the feed of the chat. Please do that before we end today. So if you have enjoyed today, please tell me in the chat box, what was your favorite part? What have you enjoyed? I have so thoroughly enjoyed today. It has been an amazing day. You know, we started off with our DJ dance party. If you were here early, you got it. You know, we had to shut the DJ down. YouTube didn't want us to be that great, but it's all right because the devil he don't get to win here today. We are still here and we had a wonderful time. We had 2 sessions. Nefertiti Miller of Sugardew Cosmetics gave us a great vision board. She talked to us about speaking into existence the things you want to be true. She says, I am a millionaire. I'm like, yes, honey, you tell the people you are a millionaire. Then we had a commercial by Nadia Higgins before that, and she was the co-founder of Stone Cold Beauty. Beautiful young lady, wonderful company. And she gave away a door prize as well too. So thrilled for these young girl bosses. Then we had our panel discussion with the Kim Roxy, founder of Lamique Cosmetics. Amazing, amazing woman. Super proud of her and the work that she's doing with her company. We also had Ty Simone Creighton of Sienna Sauce. Amazing, amazing girl boss as well too. And the both of them, so proud of them. They won the Essence pitch contest on yesterday. And then we had Nia Khalees. I'm not partial, but she mine, and love her to death. The founder of the University of Motivation inspiration. Follow her on YouTube actually at Nia Khalees. She has videos that she posts every week of inspiration for young girls all across the world. So you're on YouTube, so just go put her in the box, Nia Khalees on YouTube, and subscribe to her channel. All of these young girls were so amazing. Landy Spearman as our moderator of the panel. Landy is awesome. She is amazing. She's a beautiful woman, and she is a boss baby. Let me tell you, I promised you that I was going to bring you my best, and my best showed up. And let's not forget JJ on the mic, Jillian Simmons, our hostess with the mostest. She was amazing, beautiful spirit inside and out. So glad that she was able to join us today. Chris Arthur gave us the Transitioning Like a Boss class. Listen, it was so much great information. If you didn't have your pen and your paper, you missed it, but it's okay. This is on YouTube. You can go back and watch the replay. And then to end it up at the tail end of it, we had our Houston Police Department, Lieutenant Carey and Officer Collins sharing the resources that are here locally, and how women, you still have a choice, even in the midst of this pandemic. If you're ready to leave, you still can leave. You have to reach out and get help. Call the police department, contact Her Voice. We'll put our number up at the end as well too. I mean, we can connect you with people who can help you with the various aspects of putting your life back together piece by piece. Family, this is not an easy thing. It takes absolutely all of us to make this thing work. No woman, no girl should ever be in a space where she doesn't feel safe in her own home. And we should all be able to be who we are unapologetically. I'm good for that, y'all. I don't apologize for who I am. I don't apologize for how I show up. You can always love me or leave me, but I'm going to be okay at the end of the day. And that's me knowing who I am. And I want all of you to know exactly who you are. You are beautiful. You are amazing. And you deserve all the wonderful things in this world. You are a girl boss. And so when we say girl boss up, we talking to the girl bosses and the boss ladies. All of us need to be in a position of working to be in a space of taking control of our lives and making good decisions for ourselves as we all proceed on in this life. I am just so thrilled that you were here. And I want you to know that there is no way that I could have pulled this off alone. There is a team of people behind the scenes that were absolutely a part of making this whole thing happen. I want to bring on screen just real quickly the engineer behind everything. Tracy L. James. She was our engineer in the back, moving all these pictures around, letting folks know who was coming up next. She was our logistic guru. Listen, that's my sister, y'all. Y'all better give this lady a hand clap. If y'all had a good time today, I need y'all to hand clap, give us some hearts and some love. Thank you, Tracy L. James. Thank you, Tracy. What did you enjoy about today, sis?
Honey, this is a testament to being excuse proof. Okay.
Yes.
No doubt. Okay, look. Right here. Whoever won Shayna's book, you getting this copy of this book right here, because this conference is a testament to that. No excuses. Everything that happened, everything we were up against, we handled it, we navigated it in the process. We had to breathe, remain calm, and just keep present. And that's the most important thing. It's not about what happens, it's about how you respond to it. So, hand clap to all of the presenters and the fact that you remain calm and you adjusted with us with the time constraints. And for all of the attendees, thank you for coming back and reconnecting with us. We want to hear from you and know that you got something amazing out of this, because, hey, we didn't just do this just to do it. The intent is to impact lives. So much love, Dr. Shayna, for your vision and your team.
That is the whole point. Yes, thank you, Tracy. Tracy, that's my sister, y'all. Yes, like Taisha said, like bosses do. You better, girl. Yes, like bosses do. That is exactly the case. I also want to say a huge thank you to the Her Voice board. We have Vice President Janelle Hayes. Hey, Janelle. We have Secretary Patricia Berry Jones. We have our Treasurer Shelley Smith. Dr. Sally Eisen Miller. We have Sherry I'm losing Sherry's last name right now. I don't know why. Cotomy. And I'm so grateful for all of them for being a part of this organization. I want to say a thank you to those who were on the committees for this conference, those who were planning the on-ground event that we weren't able to do today, as well as those in the program committee to help select those who were going to be here today. Thank you so much, Shadon, McCants, Jasmine, Gay, and Jonte Reese. Thank you, ladies, so much for all of the work that you've done behind the scenes. This thing is a lot to do, but it is a passion of my heart. So I know y'all like, stop talking, Dr. Shana. Who the winner of the $100? Give me a second. Let me see if my people didn't put it in my feed so I can find out who the winner is of our $100 gift card. Let's see. Let me get to the bottom of my screen. So while I'm getting that information, let me give you a few announcements for Her Voice. We will be having a Mother's Day event that will be virtual and online. It will be with Kendra Scott. So if you need something really nice and fancy for Mother's Day, you don't have to go anywhere. It will be a virtual sale, and we will send you the link so that you can, we will send you the link so that you are able to shop with us in that event. So it'll come out very soon, and it'll be right before Mother's Day. So everybody that wants to get to shopping, get to shopping. All right, give me just 1 second. One second, ladies. We gotta do a little bit of clarification on our winner. Okay. So here's the other thing, a campaign that we have coming up at the end of our year. Well, it's coming up soon. It's going to be Real Men Wear Purple. One of the things that I'm passionate about is not only is this a woman's issue, this is all of our issue. And so we want to include men in the conversation. We're going to do this by having a campaign where men who want to take a stance against domestic violence are able to do that in a public. So be looking for that to come out as well, because we want to make sure that we are in a position to support women in our community by having men be a part. Okay, I got kicked off and I'm back in. So I guess I better wrap this up really quickly because they like, you done been here long enough. Okay, so let me find out who our winner is for our HEB, and I will let you ladies go. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Saturday, and you enjoy all of your weekend. Please connect with Her Voice at her-voice.net. That is our website. You can also reach us by phone at 713-892 713-892-5483 if you need to contact us or call us. We are here to support you in all the ways that we possibly can. All right. Okay. All right. So our winner of our HEB gift card is there a drum roll, please? Betty Taylor. She is our winner. Thank you. Betty already won her prize too? Oh, okay. Well, you can't win twice. Hang on, Betty. We got to get the next person in line. Hold on. Give us just a second. We may have to reach back out to the next person, so you can only win one time. So Betty, you almost won twice. You already got one good prize. So we're going to see. I was just informed that you already won once. So we need to see who's next in line beyond Betty Taylor, so we can get us a new winner. We also want to make sure today Even though we weren't able to be at the school at the Young Women's College Preparatory Academy in Houston, they were our host site for this year's conference. We want to tell them thank you for all the work they put in for us being able to do it at their campus. Even though we won't be able to be at their campus, we will do that with them again next year when everything goes back to a place where we can be close enough to touch each other. So just stay tuned, stay close to us. Because you registered, if you register for this event, you are now on our mailing list, so you will be in receipt of all the things that we're doing and when we are doing them. If you did not register, then you can go over to our page and you can sign up to get on our mailing list as well. So we got our next winner being revealed to me right now. And our winner of the $100 HEB gift card donated by Smooth is Cheyenne Tatman. Congratulations, Cheyenne. Congratulations on your win. I hope you make some dinner and you can show us what you made. We can't come taste none, but we'll definitely send us a picture and let us know that it was good. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for being here. I am so grateful for all of you who stuck out to the end. We're about I thought we would end at 3:30, so we're at 4 o'clock. So we're 30 minutes past time. So that's not too bad. But just take care of yourselves. Know that there are those who are here who are willing to support you in any way you need. And definitely I am here to do that. So follow us at her_voice_DV on IG. You can follow me at Dr. Shayna D. Lewis on IG, as well as Dr. Shayna D. Lewis on Facebook. I am so excited that you guys were here. Hope you had an amazing time. You are welcome, Cheyenne. Hope you guys had an amazing time. As much fun as we did putting this on. So you guys be safe, be well, and we'll see you next time at the next step into your future. Remember, STEP stands for Sisters Together for an Empowering Purpose. I do believe we did that today. We were together for an empowering purpose. Through it all, honey, we bossed up. All right, ladies, y'all have an amazing rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye.